Hello, I'm back. Welcome back, and especially welcome to all you new subscribers. It's quite a thing to see the way the numbers have gone up on the subscriptions. I hope you're enjoying them. Busy as heck at regular job. My day job with the Department of Agriculture in here in North Carolina. It's state fair season, and that is our deal. That's what we do. One of the things the Department of Agriculture puts on is the North Carolina State Fair. So if you're in the area, come on down, say hi. I'm as busy as if I were an elf. This would be Christmas week. So that's how busy I am. But I wanted to take a break from all that and update you on a few things that are going on, just so you wouldn't think I'd forgotten about you. First of all, I remember mentioning on a week. Video or two ago about a project that George Waldron had sent me, and here it is. I asked him if it was okay to show it off. He said fine. Basically, it is a wee tiny resin garage kit Klingon ship, and what he's asked me to do is to make painting templates for all of the raised panels. You can see the raised panel on the one wing, and you can see the black template that I've made for the other wing. And George, I want to let you know I am mostly done. Got the wings taken care of. This is the upper go fast part. Let me fumbling with this on camera. I apologize. Yeah, it goes back like that. I've got some of these bits on the head to do, and then I'll be ready to send everything back to you, George. So working on that. Other George at Time Slip, sent me this fun thing in the mail. I got a call from them the other day, and he says, "You still at the same address?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You're going to be getting something in the mail." I said, "Okay, I'm looking for it." I know he's working on this, what he calls the Big Boy Enterprise, which is a studio scale, 8-foot longish refit model. Same scale as the filming model was used in the motion picture, well, in all of the Trek motion pictures. And he sent me this little chunk. See, the savvy of you out there will recognize what this is. This is a chunk of saucer. You can see there's a marking of the thruster there. That's how huge this thing is. Well, George asked me to come up with some window painting masks for this. So he sent me a chunk to scale them up. I could scale up my windows that I've got now so that they'll fit the size of this, that's the kind of fun thing that, side benefits that I didn't think this hobby would ever have. George sent me up a little custom work. I have decided what my next project is going to be after Sanity returns, and I've got a little bit more time. It is this. This is the NX-01 refit. This was based on the concept design of what the 5th season Enterprise would look like. It has a secondary hull, and as you can see, it gets to looking more like what our classic Enterprise looks like. And again, it's a great what if. And a little bit of history. When I started making painting templates back in 2004, it was for the 350 scale Enterprise from the series of the same name. And that went so well that I went on to the refit, 350 scale refit, and then they brought out 1000 scale NX, which I called the Weenix, the WEENX, the Weenix, because everything I call it, the small I call it Wee. So this is the Weenix, but this is the refit of the Weenix. And since it's been re-released, it's time to go back to my original template sets and give them a sprucing up and add the additional secondary hull parts for that. And it was a good reason to go back and look at some stuff that I did back when, I knew what I was doing, but techniques have changed, materials have changed since then, so no sense to not get a good reason to update. But that's next on the panel. And for those of you who are following the Wackness, let me show you around here. Hold on one second. Okay, here's our friend Wack. Now, I've got a base coat of the purple on. It's not finished by any means, but you get an idea of what the two tones are going to be. I found a good fleshy greenish color for his skin that I like. It's really kind of washing out here. It's I had it a darker green when I started, and then I realized it wasn't quite fleshy enough. And the thing that's really bugging me about this, that's tough to see, is because the finished character is so glossy and wet looking, it's tough to gauge what the colors are looking like until I get that glossy coat on there. So I'm experimenting with colors that I thought were right, and they turned out to be, you know, maybe a little too dark. So right now I've got a good fleshy greenish yellow on them, and I'm going to do a series of darker washes down to get darker green colors into the crevices, but I'm taking my time with that. It's not a big rush. The eagle-eyed above you will around you will notice I've got another NX, or NX, sorry, the NX I've already talked about. I've got another JJ prize on the horizon. And you can see in there, trying something new this time. I have cut the bottom of the nacelles off of the top of the nacelles, because I've tried it two different ways now, and I'm trying to figure out which is the easiest way to wire this thing. Because if you wire the nacelles up completely and then attach them to the secondary hull, then you're left with this real sloppy joints here on the saddle. And everybody remembers that from the last kit I made. I had these real sloppy joints here, and I had a lot of weight, and all this was done, and it was not very easy to get to. This time I thought, well, what happens if I take and cut the cells off right like that and mount those, and then just run the wiring up to them. And this is the wiring for the tenant controls for one for 9 volt and one for the tenant controls for the Bassard circuits. And what happens if we try it that way? So I'm going to try it, see how it works. We'll know for sure, but this was one way that I could not only get the saddle joint really set in at the beginning, but also really work on these joints right here and get them in without all the weight of the nacelle being on the top of it. Now you can tell that's still plenty flat. Yeah, everything's good, straight, and true. Doing something different with the finish of this, and hopefully that will become apparent in the weeks to come. Working on putting the templates on the bottom of the saucer now, and that's where we are with that project. And I think that pretty much catches us up. It's it's the 12th of October. Days are getting shorter, work's getting longer, and the need for play is never more important. To quote the good captain, the more advanced the society, the greater the need for play. So catch y'all next time.